Computer. Okay, so again, inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Breathe in all the way up. Exhale all the way down. Good. So now, just taking the chin to the chest and take it from the chest to the right shoulder, chin to the chest, look to the left shoulder. Chin to the chest, look over the right, chin to the chest, look over the left. Good. Roll the shoulders back, roll the shoulders back, roll the shoulders back. Good. You should always warm up the shoulders first before you do the neck. Good. Roll forward one last time. 3, 2, and 1. And then look up to the ceiling and just look over your right shoulder, up to the ceiling, look over your left shoulder, up to the ceiling, look over the right, up to the ceiling, look over to the left. Good. And rest it there. All right. We're going to take the legs out wide. And I want you just to take a big circle all the way around. We're going to start smallish and we're going to get a little bit bigger as we go into the motion. That's good. So we're going around. So just find your way, nice and slow. Take it round the other way. So we're still doing small or not too big. We're going to do 2 rounds, and on the second round, we're going to go bigger. So, okay, change direction, and this time go way out. So we're coming flat, parallel to the floor, and around all the way to the front. Take it out to the side, all the way back, and around all the way to the front. We're really trying to make your circle as big as possible. One more time in this direction. Good, and change direction. Take it around and around and around and around and around and around. And again, all the way, around and around and around. Feeling everything moving. The muscles are stretching out, you're mobilizing the joints. Good. Now hold it here, and I want you to slide your hands down your thighs so you're holding yourself in a parallel position. Your knees and toes are facing forward, sliding down as far as you feel comfortable to go. If you can take your hands to the floor, great. Looking up in front. So like I say, weight is even across your foot. Your toes, your knees are pointing forwards. If you can, your fingers are on the floor or they're on your thighs, but you're trying to get a nice parallel position with your back to the floor. And then here, just bend one knee and bend the other. So whether you're on your knee, hands on your knees or thighs, or hands are on the floor, you're just shifting your weight from one side to the other, side to the other, side to side. Side to side. Good. Now, coming up, I want you to relax your back, relax your head, hanging heavy, wherever you are, and then bend your knees and roll it up. Bring the abdominals in, and slowly, slowly, slowly roll it up through the spine. Last thing to come up is the chin away from the chest. Good. Inhale all the way up. Stretch it up. Interlace your fingers and stretch it up, looking up to your hands. Just kind of readjust your skin inside your body or your body inside your skin. And then release your arms, circle your arms back down, slide down your thighs, long spine, rounding the back all the way down. Take hold of your ankles or the backs of your calves or the backs of your knees and pull yourself down beneath or between your feet. And slowly. And then release your hands, relax your hands, bend your knees, tuck your pelvis under to round your back all the way up. Stacking vertebra on top of vertebra on top of vertebra. All the way up, looking up in front, roll your shoulders back, take your arms over the head, inhale. One last time. Exhale, bring the arms down. Chin to chest, shoulders drop forward, rounding the back, coming all the way down. Slowly. Keep the knees soft to help protect your back. Keep the abdominals in to support the back. Good. This time you're going to walk your feet out a little bit wider, and I want you to shift your weight. So you really can get your hands to the floor. Just shift your weight from one side to the other, from one leg to the other. Hands are on the floor. You can leave your hands on your knees if you wish. Okay, here's an option. All right, and you're just shifting your weight from one side to the other. One side to the other. Good. And then walk your feet in. Just two walks in, so you're a little bit wider than the hips distance apart. Bend your knees, roll it up. Use your abdominals as you roll it up. Now come halfway up. Take the hands onto the backs of your knees and just push, so straightening up the legs, so you're arching the back up to the ceiling. Okay, so your knees were bent, you're holding onto the backs of the knees, and then straighten up the knees, get the stretch all the way through the spine. Let the crown of the head drop to the floor. Just give your head a little shake for a no. A little slowly side to side, and then a nod for a yes. Just to get that stretch through the neck. Roll your shoulders in this position. Again, just to get the stretch. Bend your knees, release the arms, and continue rolling up, 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 up. Good. Standing tall. Inhale the arms out to the side of your body, so you're opening up like you're making an offering. Interlace your hands behind you and extend the arms out behind. Extend them out, look up to the ceiling. Good, so we're counter stretching the forward bend. Looking up to the ceiling. Good, look out in front, keep the arms reaching back. Inhale here. Exhale, come all the way forward. So our feet and knees are facing forward. You're going to extend the hips out behind you. Flat back, your legs are straight. Coming down, coming down, coming down, coming down with your arms, fingers interlaced. Getting a nice long stretch all the way through your shoulders, down through the back, down through the backs of the legs. So hold that stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the arms. Let the arms hang down. Bend the knees. Inhale. Exhale. Roll it up. Roll it up. Roll it up. Roll it up. Make the offering again. Opening the arms out to the side. Good. And just open the chest here. So we're gazing up this time. Gazing up. Just opening up the chest. Pushing the chest forward. Good. Now, in this position, I want you to try and make a circle with your torso. Your arms are out to the side, and we're circling around. And then go to the side way, which makes it easier to follow. So we're making a circle with the upper body. Change direction. Circling around. Change direction. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Good. Round the back and open the chest. Round the back, open the chest. Round the back, open the chest. Round the back, open the chest. Look down, look up, look down, look up. One more time. Look down and look up. Good. Excellent. Well done. Lovely. Okay, we're just going to warm up into the lower body. So with stretching and with a little bit of movement. So what I want you to do is to take your leg and just swing it forward and back. If you need to hold on to something, do so. Just swing the leg. Swing the leg freely. Swing through. Swing through. Good. Cool. Now let the knee bend. So you're sort of letting the knee become relaxed. So just letting the leg do what it wants to do. Swing. So you're going to come up and kicking out in front. And change sides. Good. So now coming on to the other side, swinging the leg. Swinging it forward and back. Forward and back. Even that. Good. And then let the knee bend. Try to keep the balance. Let the knee bend and click and bend and click. Two more. Good, and rest it. Excellent. Okay, bringing your feet together, shoulders are rolled back, standing nice and tall. I want you just to come up onto your tiptoes. So we're lifting up onto the tiptoes and down. Lifting up onto the tiptoes and down with the feet together. Now I want you to roll around the balls of your feet. So your knees are coming around one side, so we're going from left to right. From left to right. So we're going from little toe left to little toe right. Okay. And change direction. Going across the balls of the feet. One more time. Good. Now, just lifting up one heel and then the other heel. Heel and heel. Good. And I want you to really try and push the top of the foot forward. Okay, so my toes are still on the floor. I'm pushing back the top of my foot as far forward as I can go. Top of the foot as far forward as you can go. Getting a stretch through the sole of the foot. So, it's moving from one foot to the other. Getting a nice stretch all the way through. One more time. Good. And rest it. Excellent. Okay, now from there, take your stretch strap, please. So we have, not your strap, your strap that's taut, the one that doesn't have any flexion, resistance. Okay, so I want you now just to take your arms up. So my legs are open wide, so I have a nice strong base. Abdominals are in. And I just want you to lift up my thumbs. So I have mine doubled over, so I have my thumbs in. Or you can have, hold it. I want your palms out, so your palms are facing forward. Coming up and just stretching back. So your head's going forward, arms are going back. Or keeping the ear in line with the shoulder. Okay? As the arms go back, 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 and then take it down and take it up. So we inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up and exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down, and again, inhale all the way up and exhale all the way down. Okay, from here, I want you to open up your left hand. So we're going to open up with your right hand on the thigh, and we're going to go to the other side. So we're doing like a little half circle. So you're holding your strap just a little bit wider than shoulder distance apart, and then you're coming from one side to the other. Just letting the head hang down to the side as you're opening the body from one side to the other. One side to the other. Good. Looking underneath your armpit as the arm comes over. Do 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now take yourself back to the right side, and I want you to circle up and all the way over to the left. Okay, so we're opening up, opening the arm back, and then lifting up and coming all the way down to the side. Open up, come all the way around the back. It's like we're going through the back door. Good. Opening the arms, swinging and swaying. Opening, taking the head with the band. And you're looking up and down. Now just having a flow to the motion. Up. One more time. Flow to the motion and down. Then from here, band is in front, the strap is in front of you. And we're going to go all the way back and up. and down. Good, backing up and down. So I'm doing a little bit of a bend in the knee, keep a little bit of momentum as we go up. Good, and down, and up. One more time, take it up, and relax it down. Good. So now we should be all completely mobile and ready to get into some deeper stretches. Okay, so now I want you to come down onto your mat. Keep your strap nearby, please. You're going to come down, lying on onto your hands and knees. Let's have you starting on your hands and knees, please. Good. Okay, so from here, I want you to place, if you can see my feet, you're going to put one toe, 1 foot, toes, underneath, tuck it underneath, and we're going to sit back and come forward and change. Sit back and come forward. Sit back and come forward. So that sitting back is giving us a stretch again into the sole of our foot. Okay? So we're sitting back and up. Sit back and up. Sit back and up. 2 more. Sit back and sit back. Good. Relax your feet. Take 1 step forward with your hands. So you have your weight more underneath your hands than the knees, and you're going to take a big circle here. You're going to drop down, circle the hips all the way back over the knee, over the heels, and then down to the side. Good. Taking it all the way around, brushing the nose on the mat, on the floor as you take the hips back over the heels. Nice big circle, hips to the floor. Circle around and down and around and down. 1 more time in this direction and take it around the other way. Around we go. Drop it down, around, all the way back, down, around, all the way back. Good. Stretch way back over the heels. Making a nice big circle. Take your time and taking it around. And then from there, sit back on the heels so we come to a stop. Sit back, way back over the heels into a child pose. So we're reaching the arms forward, walking the fingers forward, chin, forehead's on the floor, and your hips should be way back over the heels. Your knees are a little bit wider than, let's say, chest distance apart from the stretch. I'm just trying to sort of settle yourself into that position. So remember to try and release the fascia around the muscles. So the more you kind of wiggle yourself into the stretches, the deeper you'll go, and the fascia will start to release on its hold on the muscle. So the fascia is like pacing around the muscle. And that can hold us a little too taut or rigid. So we want to kind of wiggle our way through to release that tension. Okay, now I want you to bring yourselves all the way forward into a plank and then into a cobra position. So we're coming all the way forward, keeping the chin as close to the floor as we can. Come forward, come forward, come forward, come forward, and then slowly lift yourselves up as high as you feel comfortable into a cobra stretch. Okay, come back down to the floor into that same lying flat on your tummy. Hands are underneath your shoulders, and you're going to lift up again, pulling the abdominals in to give you a little bit of support in your lower back. Keep your legs lengthening out behind. Inhale, and then exhale, push it up. Push up as high as you feel comfortable. You can wiggle your hips side to side just to loosen the spine up into this position. Take the head from one side to the other, and then release it back down again. Inhale. Exhale, push it up. Push push up, push up, push up, push up. Good. Now try and look up to the ceiling. Drop your shoulders back. Getting a nice big stretch all the way through the front of the body. And lower it down. Inhale. One more time. Here we go. Exhale, lifting it up. Lifting up as high as you can go. Nice big stretch all the way through the front of the body. And then lower it down. Push yourselves all the way back into child pose. Staying close to the floor. Pushing back, pushing back, pushing back, pushing back. And coming into the child pose. Let it rest there. Take your hands around to the side of your body. And just let your body rest. Okay. Bring your hands back to the side of your body, pushing yourself up onto your shins. You're sitting on your shins. Okay. Good. Okay, so we're just sitting on our shins, and I want you just to lift your knees up. So we're just rocking. So now we're bringing a stretch into the bottom of the back of the foot, the top of the foot. Okay, so this is the side on here. So you're just getting a little bit of a stretch into the top part of the foot. Rocking back, hands are behind us, chest is open, lifting the knees, little rock, and release it. Good. Now from there, sit to one side and bring your feet all the way around out in front of you. So we're sitting nice and tall, our legs are extended out in front. Okay. From here, take your strap, your belt, your strap, your band, whatever it may be. And then you may want to also prop yourself up on a block or a cushion here as well. It gives the upper back a little bit of support. If you find you're rounded in this upper part of the spine, then sitting on a block or a pillow or a cushion, just sort of getting a little bit of elevation and just rolling your mat up a little bit will help you lengthen out in that mid-back region. Okay? So, legs are out in front as straight as you can possibly get them. I want you to inhale, bring the arms up. And then exhale, double forward. Inhale, circle the arms all the way up. And exhale, all the way forward. Inhale, circle up. Exhale, bend forward. Well, you're lengthening, doubling over. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, come forward. Good. If you get the band around your feet, and then pull yourself forward. Looking beyond your toes. Looking out, stretching the back, giving a nice long spine. You may want to adjust yourself so you can get a little bit more of a stretch. Don't just sit there and go into the position and hold it. Feel your body, feel where it wants to go, adjust it, wiggle it, move it into the stretch so you can get deeper and deeper and deeper as the fascia releases, as the fibers of the muscle release. Good. So now, bend your knees in, keep the strap around your feet, bend your knees in, sit really nice and tall, and bring your chest to meet your thighs, or bring your thighs to meet your chest. Okay, so you're squashing yourself up into your chest. Now, slowly slide or slip your feet forward as far as you can go, keeping the connection of the chest on the thighs. As soon as there's separation starting, go back a little bit and get the connection and hold. Okay? If you can slip a little bit further, go for it. But you must stay touching. Okay? And this brings us into a stretch in the lower lumbar spine. You may feel it. Keep looking beyond your toes. It's good. And every so often just slip it a little bit further forward if you can. Keep that connection though. Always keep the connection. So forward, breathing deeply into the stretches will also help relax the muscle, give that the body a sense of calm and release. So whenever you feel tension or a little bit of this is a tough stretch, this is sore, then take an inhalation or ease back slightly, inhale, and then exhale, sink deeper into the stretch. Good, release the head. You may feel the stretch coming further down, deeper into the spine, letting the head drop to or beyond the knees. And ease it out, slowly walk it out, roll it up to the spine. I've left my strap behind. Good, bring the soles of your feet together. We're going to let the spine relax, holding on to the feet, and then just pulling yourself down and letting the backs of the legs relax, letting the spine give a little, and then bring the focus into the inner thigh muscles. Now, if you can, with your hands holding onto the bottom of the underneath part of the foot, push the elbows out to the side and see if you can push your legs down a little bit further with your elbows as you pull yourself into the stretch. I always try and say keep the spine as long as possible. As soon as we start to round the back, we're closing in on ourselves and the muscles shorten again. So the longer our spine is, the more length we're going to give to our stretch. Okay? So you're trying to pull your back as long and as flat as possible toward the floor as you push the elbows into the legs and the legs down toward the floor. Okay? And you may feel that you're a little bit more upright and pushing the knees down with your hands is going to give you a bigger stretch. But please make sure not to bounce. Okay? We're just doing long, slow, gentle. So we're stretching, stretching, and stretching, and stretching. So we're allowing the muscle to give back to us and lengthening out slowly. Nice and tall. Take the hands behind you, still with the feet together. Just push your chest forward, arching the back. Good. Take the legs out wide, please. And then with the hands behind you, just push yourself into the stretch. Okay? So we're allowing the legs to open as much as we can as we're pushing out into the stretch. So we're sitting forward, sitting forward, sitting forward. Good. Take your strap. So you may be here. This may be enough for you. This may be enough. My feet are flexed. My toes are up to the ceiling. But if you can take it a little bit further, this is the nice thing about having a loop as a stretching device. I can lasso my foot and take hold. Okay, so whatever way you do it, you want to take hold of the strap around the foot. Now my knee and toes are pointing up to the ceiling. Okay, so my legs are open, my hand may be behind to support the stretch, or it may be in front to support the stretch. Okay, so just find where it feels comfortable to you. Now try and keep, so I'm stretching my left, I'm focusing on my left leg right now. I want to try and keep my right buttock and hip on the floor, okay? So from here, I'm trying to open up the chest. Like I say, this might be enough. If you can go further into it, bring your arm all the way over the top and try and reach to your toes. And then lengthen out in a really nice big stretch to the toes. Good. Looking up to the ceiling, so you're trying to open up the chest as you're going into the stretch. You're not dropping forward yet. Good. Now drop forward, so look to the knee, and if you can take hold of the strap with both hands, trying to keep the hip, the opposite hip still on the floor. Try not to allow it to roll up. So to make that happen, you want to push the right knee, because I'm over on my left, push my right knee and right toes up to the ceiling. So I'm pushing them back and back and back to try and keep the hip down on the floor as I'm stretching over to the left side. Okay, release the strap and then walk out in front as far forward, reaching forward, forward, forward with your hands. If this is hard for you, then sitting back, just holding that stretch, toes are up to the ceiling, and then we're going to come across to the other side. So you can either walk in front or you can support yourself from behind. Just take yourself over, lasso the foot. Good. Now I'm stretching to my right, so I have my right hand on the strap around the right foot, and then I'm going to bring my arm over the top if I can, or I'm just supporting myself from behind. Okay, trying to keep my left knee and toes pointing straight up to the ceiling. And all the way over, all the way over. Good. Keep trying to look up to the ceiling. Knees and toes are pointing up to the ceiling. Really long stretch, and again, fill yourself into the stretch. Find your way. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. And now turn to look to the knee. If you can hold onto the strap with both hands, great. Or you may still have the hand behind you supporting. Just holding the stretch. Good. And as you're now facing the knee, with the whole body tilting down, facing the floor, make sure that the other leg is pointing knee and toes up to the ceiling. So you're trying to keep the buttock on the floor. Good. And then release it. Come back to the center. Walk the hands back. Take the hands behind you. And then just let the legs release. In front and give them a shake. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Everything comes back to place. Good. Very, very nice. Okay, from there, we're going to do one more stretch here. And you're going to take your right leg along the front of the mat. Okay, so the right leg is parallel with the front of the mat. Kind of super. Then, ideally, your left leg is coming on top of the right. Okay, so here I have my ankle on top of my knee on top of my ankle, and I have a nice big triangle here in front of me. If that's too hard, take the leg in front. Okay, or if that's too hard, you can bend, keep the one leg in front and bend the other. What I want to try and do is open up the sacroiliac joint, which is the joint in the, basically in coming through the buttock, the hip, part of the hip girdle. And there's two little joints, and if you can open those, just put a little bit of space in there, it helps release a lot of tension in the lower back. Okay, so the ideal position is having the legs cross somehow, all right, so that we can lean forward and get that opening in the back. And the ideal position is here if you can get to it. Okay, you may find that this knee is way up, so the work today may be for you just to try and release that knee down, 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 down. Okay, or you may find that the leg's in front and your work today is just trying to get that leg up there. Okay, so you may start here, you may start move it and move it and move it to eventually get to this position. Okay, it may not be today, it may be next week or the following week. so on, but little by little by little. So get to where you can get to, as close to this position as you can, and then I want you to lean forward. Okay, so find that more or less comfortable position, wherever the legs may get to for you today, and then lean forward into it. Okay, so take an inhalation, and then exhale, putting a little bit of pressure on the knee to try and get it down somehow, and leaning forward into the stretch. Also, if you're sitting in a block, on a block, the towel or rolled up mat, that may help you also with the position. And just leaning forward as far as you can go, as far as you can comfortably make it, to open up the hip. And then bring it up. Sit back on the hands, take the legs out in front, shake, 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 shake. So we shake out that joint, wiggling the legs. Good. And then we're going to take it the other way. Okay, so now I have my left shin in line with the front of my mat. I'm trying to get my right leg to a position where I'm going to create the stretch in the sacroiliac joint. It may be with the leg up high, it may be the leg down low. Find your position, you may be halfway, you may be inching your way up, 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 wherever you are. Let's get into the stretch. So, wherever you are, put a little bit of pressure on that top knee to try and open up maybe at the front, to then enable the opening up in the back. And just slowly take yourselves forward if you can. Finding your stretch. And then slowly bring it up. Take the legs out in front and give them a shape. That's it. Open them up again. Get very tight in there and then okay. From there, come onto your backs, please. And I want you to roll down, holding onto the backs and knees, slowly, slowly, slowly rolling the spine into the floor. Bring the knees into the chest so you're hugging the knees in. And just making a little circle around one way. And then a circle around the other way. And then feet to the floor, nice and close in towards you. Hands down to your side. And then imprint the spine into the floor and slowly peel up to becoming into a shoulder bridge. So you're peeling vertebra by vertebra by vertebra away from your mat. Trying to keep your arms reaching towards your heels. Inhale at the top. And then exhale, using the abdominals and the buttock muscles to roll, to support the spine as you roll down, roll down, roll down, roll down. Inhale, coming back to a neutral spine, so you have a little bit of a gap between the lumbar spine and the floor. Inhale, and then exhale, imprint the spine and roll it up again. Thanks to the mobility through the spine. And we should be able to, because of all the warming up exercises we've done, you should be able to roll all the way up. Now push up 5 into the stretch. Inhale, and then exhale, roll it down, roll it down, roll it down. Feel it. You're releasing each individual vertebra all the way down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale. Roll it up using the abdominal muscles. Curling, 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 all the way up. Now we're going to stay here. Lifting the hips up as high as you can. Take your hands, interlace them. Push your feet into the floor. So you're getting the hips up as high as you possibly can with your fingers interlaced underneath you. Try and lengthen out the back of the neck as much as you can. And then release the arms and roll it down. Good. hold it there, palms facing up, let your knees drop in. Good, now take hold of your right knee, please, and extend your left leg along the floor. Pull that knee in nice and tight. Now inhale, and exhale, bring the knee, forehead to the knee. Inhale, release, change legs, release the head down, change legs, pull the leg in, inhale, exhale, lift forehead to knee, inhale, release down, change legs, exhale, inhale, release, change legs, exhale, inhale, release, change, exhale, one last time, inhale, release and change, exhale, lift. Good, bring both knees in, head to the floor. Holding on to the tops of the knees, just guide your feet around or knees around in one way, circle. And change direction. And rest it, come to a standstill. Bring your feet to the floor. Both feet together. Drop your knees over to the right. Take both hands over to the left. Looking toward your fingers on the left. And then bring everything to the center. Change sides. Look to the right. Knees to the left. Bring it to the center. Change sides one more time. Bring it to the center. Change sides. Good. Bring it to the center. Take the right knee over the top of the left. Take your arms behind your head, let the legs rest, arms rest on the floor, and pull your knee down to the right side with the right heel on top of the left knee. You may need to sort of adjust yourself a little bit to feel the stretch. I want you to sort of feel the stretch coming up into the waist and stretching out the psoas muscle on the left side. Bring that up to the center. Take your left hand onto the right knee, keeping the legs crossed, and pull it all down to the left. Bring it all up to the center. And now take hold of the inside of the leg and the outside of the left leg, still with the right over left, and pull it in, so creating a stretch in the bottom. Slide your right heel down to mid-thigh, so you're creating a stretch, a deeper stretch in the buttock. And then last time, heel comes even closer to the hip if you can get it there. And adjust your hands to be able to Use the leg in, giving that stretch nice and deep. And releasing. Yeah. So that the feet come to the floor, so you have both feet flat on the floor, knees up to the ceiling, and everything settled. Now take your left heel on top of your right knee, both hands behind your head, and pull over to the left. You may feel the stretch is a little bit different from one side to the other, as we are always one side dominant. You may need to adjust yourself to find the stretch, feel the stretch if you do. And the legs up to the center. Take the ankle over, doing it. Take the hand onto the left knee, go all the way down to the right. And then come up to the center. And take hold of the thigh, the right thigh, coming into a buttock stretch with the glutes. Slide the heel down to mid-thigh. Push behind so you can pull yourself into the stretch. And one more time, slide the foot even further down the thigh, closer to the hip for the last stretch in this position. And release it. Bring your feet back down to the floor, feet are flat. I'll do our last stretch, which is into the quadriceps. So leg to line to your side, please. Extending your arm, if possible, out beyond your head, or you can rest your head in the cushion and have your arm at the right end of the body. Bend your knees. Take hold of your top leg, ankle, and pull back. Try and let the hips slightly roll forward, so you're increasing the intensity of the stretch. Try rolling by enabling the hip to roll forward as you pull the leg back. Make your stretch deeper. Move yourself, adjust yourself to where you need to feel the stretch. Deeper, a little bit more intense into that quadricep area. Release it. Roll over onto the other side. Rest the head on the extended arm. Take hold of the top foot and pull the leg back. Try and allow the top hip to roll forward slightly. Tiny stretch. Adjust yourself. You can feel it deep. And release it. Very good. Okay, from there, I want you to roll yourselves over onto your hands and knees. Legs are nice and wide. The width of the mat. Walk yourself all the way back into the child pose with your arms extended out in front of you. Hold yourself, wiggle yourself into that position. Reaching the arms out in front. Take a couple of nice deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, relax. And again, inhale. And then up into your hands and knees. Tuck your toes underneath your feet. Roll up onto your feet. Straighten legs. Extend when your hands are still on the floor out in front of you. Bend and straighten. So you're just kind of stepping from one foot to the other. The head drop down. Take hold of your elbows, hanging heavy, let the head drop. Just let yourself twist from one side to the other. Come to a stop. Release your arms. Hold your head for yes. Let the momentum take the floor. Take it to the nose. Hold for yes. Bend your knees, inhale. Exhale, roll it up. Slowly stacking one vertebra on top of the other. Good. Inhale, all the way up. Crisscross or palms to palm. Looking up to the ceiling and stretch up and over to the right. Looking up to the ceiling and center. Look up to the left. Center, over to the right. Center, over to the left. Center, and release it down. Good. Shake it out. Shake it out. Ah, very good. Well done. Oh.